Everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at my current most favorite top 25 best summer fragrances. Not top 25 best, let's say. It is like my current most favorite ones. It is not a top list. So before starting the main list, I have one honorable mention here, 793 by Ravnsborg from a Danish brand. It is a very happy and summery fragrance. You can say to it Ravnsborg. So if you like juicy citrusy fragrances, especially orange based fragrances, smells very realistic, orangey, juicy, sweet with a suntan lotion dried on, and performance is average. I'm sure I already forgot some of the good ones on the list like Serge Neo, but nothing to do. Let's see the main list. So let's start the list by Bentley Black Edition at number 25. As I said, this is not a top list, so it doesn't mean number 1 is better than number 25. Numbers are totally random. So Bentley Black Edition is a mature, citrusy and leafy fragrance. A citrusy, vegetal, green fragrance with a woody dried on and a little bit modern stance. It is not like barbershoppy type of green fragrance, with a great performance and gets better compliments under the sun heats. Opens up better, pops up better, I have to say. Number 24 is Pradalino Rosa Sport. Very niche type of fragrance. It is a powdery, vegetal and fresh type of fragrance. Reminds me of Amouage Reflection Man, but not as complex, let's say, to be honest, and not as long lasting, I have to say, but it is a great complimenting powdery freshy type of fragrance. At number 23, Bulgari Wood Neroli. Not hyped or a pretty well known fragrance, let's say, but definitely gets the job done and ladies love this DNA. It is soapy, slightly green because of Neroli, and woody aquatic with touch of citruses at the top. At number 22, Versace Man Eau Fresh, a simple and basic type of fragrance. For more professional viewers, it is molecular type of fragrance. It is woody and citrusy to my nose, not that much in that juicy citrusy side. Gets woodier at the dry down. Performance is great. Has a big, loud but cloudy, airy, transparent type of projection and sillage. Gets great compliments. Man, I think here I have more than 25 fragrances. I don't know, let's stop counting. Next one is Bleu de Chanel Parfum version, because this one is less incensey compared to all fragrances in the line of Bleu de Chanel and more citrusy. Here we have more citruses, added citruses, less incensey notes, and we have a little bit some kind of soapy touch, which I like. It smells very clean and complex, dressed up, high class. I really enjoy this fragrance. One of my absolute favorites for summer, parfum version of Bleu de Chanel. Next one is Versace Havas. Such a beautiful fragrance. It is aquatic, it is dense, strong, fruity, sweet, spicy, not like offensive type of peppery spicy. It is like cardamom, soft, very inviting type of spicy with oriental accent. I like that exotic stance of the fragrance. What can I say? Performance, compliments, 10 out of 10. At number, I don't know, let's stop counting. I think I have more than 25 fragrances. Aqua Amara by Bulgari. A zesty, aquatic, floral fragrance. Sometimes jasmine is much more prominent on my skin, sometimes zest. You have to like both of those notes if you want this fragrance, I have to say. If you don't like jasmine or if you don't like orange zest, it is not definitely for you. Gets crazy compliments and performances. 20 out of 10. Next one is Amouage Reflection Man. King of floral, powdery, manly, complex oriental fragrances. If you like floral oriental fragrances, this one is definitely for you. If you want to smell like no one else, get this one. Ladies also really enjoy this scent profile. They give you very horny, I can say, compliments. Performance, scent profile, all 10 out of 10. One of my absolute favorites forever. I said that I forgot Serge Neo. I took it back. Next one is Serge Neo. I don't prepare before videos, just put fragrances on the floor in front of me and then I make videos. I don't have text or that much big preparing. So 100% natural. Let's go ahead. Serge Neo is a mature niche fragrance, outstanding fragrance, but very good because it is at the same time safe. It is not daring niche. It is different compared to those mainstream designer fragrances, but also it is safe. It is mature. It is zesty, not that much in that juicy side of citruses. It is mostly in that zesty side. Green and woody. Woods are like sandalwood, not creamy, but definitely it is not that big type of woody fragrance. Smells very high class and dressed up. Performance is good for this type of freshes. I can get like 7-8 hours. I'm complimenting the factories, mostly from mature people, let's say. Next one is Hajavat by Nishane. A strong woody citrusy earthy fragrance. Opening is citrusy, slightly creamy, and dry down is smoky, earthy, and intense. Very lungs filling type of fragrance, very strong type of fragrance. Performance compliments 10 out of 10. Just not for everybody, because of that I can say prominent, earthy, smoky, dense dry down. Next one is Terre d'Hermès au Givre, means cool water, cold water. Acidic, sour, and slightly green fragrance. For whatever reason, it is, for me, to my nose, it is like pine needles plus very sour, fizzy citruses. That's simple, very high class and manly, masculine type of fragrance in a freshest way possible, let's say, to this one. Next one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. A very unique, outstanding fresh fragrance. It is aquatic, like oceanic, CBD type of aquaticness is going on here. Fragrance is slightly floral because of marigold somehow, not like off-putting white florals, and woody at the dry down. I would say to this fragrance, slightly citrusy, not that much in that citrus side. Forget about citruses, they are like a touch here. Woody, aquatic, and vegetal. Non-stop, very fast. Let's go on by KEDT. Gets lots of hate for whatever reason, but I like it. Works great for me and gets great compliments. It is shower jelly and woody, clean shower jelly, out of shower smelling type of fragrance. At the dry down gets more masculine and woodier in a synthetic way, let's say, but it is beautiful. I like it. Next one, Egoist Platinum by Chanel. So green, very high quality, very clear type of fragrance. You can get clear green notes, clear citrusy notes. So it is vegetal and citrusy type of fragrance in a masculine and modern way. I wouldn't say to this one a barbershop type of fragrance, but not for everybody. Has that age factor, I have to say. It is mature. Beautiful. Edition Blanche, Allure Homme Edition Blanche by Chanel. Very high quality mandarin orange note. Sweetness is here added. It is not like fruity sweetness, and vanilla I get. It is like ice cream, let's say, to this one, mandarin orange flavored. Next one is Valentino Born in Roma Yellow Dreams. If you like really sweet fragrances with a fresh touch, definitely this one is a must-have for you. For example, Prada L'Homme or Stronger With You Freeze, which smells very close to that fragrance, I have to say, like chestnutty, woody, sugary fragrance with a fresh touch, I would say, to this one. Let's continue again by House of Versace. Versace Dylan Blue, one of those must-have fragrances in any wine collection, and I will keep it forever. For me, this one is a forever type of fragrance. It is masculine, has a bit of green touch because of Artemisia, slightly shower jelly, and at the dry down gets like salty, slightly incensey and earthy. Next one is Sedley by Parfums de Mali, one of those unique, different smelling, fresh, fruity, woody fragrances. I don't have any fragrance even close to this one except Greenly, which is another masterpiece from this house, but I prefer this one and has batch variations. Some of the batches are weak, some are very strong. Mine is weaker batch, I have to say, lasts like 5 to 6 hours maximum with first hour of average projection and search, but scent profile is divine. Okay, I have like 4, 6, 8 more fragrances left. Without any further ado, let's continue by House of Parfums de Mali, Percival. If you like fruity and woody fragrances, or let's say if you have smelled fierce, you're gonna enjoy this fragrance as well. It is like on a steroids version of that fragrance. It is fruity, slightly fougere lavendery at the background with a fresh stance and woody dry down. Gets woodier, ambroxany, and slightly spicier at the dry down. Performance, compliments. Let's say every single factor about this fragrance except the price is 10 out of 10. Let's say to this one, number 7, Prada L'Homme, so you can guess when the video gonna be finished. A fresh, unique, floral, powdery, and sweet fragrance. Some say to this one soapy, but it is not a soapy fragrance, at least in my book. It is not what I call it, soapy. soapy fragrance has to be like a bit more about neroli and lavender for me. It is a clean fragrance but not soapy. Again, I say it is floral, powdery, bright, and crazy in terms of compliments. At number 6, Dior Sauvage Parfum version. I have to say honestly, I get way better compliments with EDT and EDP version of Dior Sauvage, but this one is much more for me, for my personal enjoyment. Let's say I don't wear it for compliments. It is like the most orientalized version of Dior Sauvage, has a very oriental accent. I don't know why, I can get some sort of burnt oud, very little at the base of the fragrance, which pops up bigger under the sun heat, gets more oriental and oudy. I like it. It is dirty and herbal. At number 5 is again another great job from House of Dior, Dior Homme Cologne. If you like simple, citrusy, sour fragrances, done. This fragrance is definitely for you. A sour fragrance with a clean touch, I would say. What I get is here like a green citrusy fragrance, like cypress. I know it is not mentioned, cypress is not mentioned in the note breakdown of this fragrance, but to my nose is like Lalican Renault Sport, for example, but this one is more citrusy. At number 4, a discontinued gem, unfortunately, L'Homme Ultime from House of Yves Saint Laurent. It is rosy, gingery, and aquatic. Very delicious type of fragrance. If you have smelled Tuxedo, another masterpiece from YSL, it is like springy version of that fragrance, because it is like Tuxedo with added aquaticness and ginger and reduced rose, let's say, but rose is still here, touchable. If you haven't smelled Tuxedo, I have to say this fragrance is rosy, aquatic, citrusy, and slightly gingery. At number 3, Y Le Parfum, one of my most favorites in the line. After this one, YEDP is also great, but I prefer this one. It is much more for me because it smells more masculine and more night time, let's say, to this one. So it is powdery, woody, rooty. It is dense with touch of citrusy, gingery sourness at the top. Performance, compliments, alternatives. Okay, next time I have to write down the fragrances. Code Colonia and Invictus Platinum I forgot to put in the list. Anyway, these are not on today's list, but I really enjoy them as well. Number 2 is Acqua di Gio Profondo. Aquatic, extremely modern, sweet, and compliment monster. So I get just very fast nose blind to this fragrance, but based on compliments that I've received like 7-8 hours after applying, I can say this fragrance is a long-lasting fragrance and projects great even like 5-6 hours, 7 hours after applying. Number 1, although I didn't put it at number 1 by purpose, but really deserves to be at number 1, Acqua di Gio Profumo, hands down. One of the best manly man aquatic fresh herbal fragrances with incensey and darker dry down. Every single factor about this fragrance is 20 out of 10. Take care, guys.